not put ourselves in that position where it's a really tight game headed into the half.
I know in the spring we talked to you about your snapping, that you wanted to improve on it. It looked like today early, it wasn't where you wanted it to get off to a little slow start and then get better as the game went on.
Yeah. I think Tanner said something about it early. And it's like, okay, like, I think when you get out there in a game, you're thinking about a lot of the other things, movements, defensive shifts. So you're not quite as focused on the snap. But then he says, like, okay, like, hey, snap. I'm like, okay. And then it's just like, okay, relock in, little mind tap. And I think we're good from there. But we had one I know on his high on the goal line. It's like, okay, we got to lock back in there. Obviously you can't have any. It doesn't matter if you're 99%, it's got to be 100. So, making sure I get the ball in his hands and in a position to be successful is important. But yeah.
What does he say? Just snap? He just says snap to you?
He just says, hey, it's a little high. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay,
like,
tells you what it was.
Like,
all right.
Yep, like, all right, give me a hand placement where it was. Like, okay, that's definitely not where I want it to be. But just, keeping a mental note of that. And, okay, just, pre-snap, okay, make sure I'm ready. Okay, we're good. Just making sure that it's a focus point for me, before the play every play.
Have you seen the replay of the last snap on the goal line yet?
No.
You got to check it out.
Okay. I heard he made a great play, but when I see Tanner in the end zone, I'm like, you're not supposed to. I'm like, I must have had a bad snap because you're not supposed to be in the end zone right now.
The snap almost went to the loose.
Yeah.
You kind of reached in front of him and got it.
He said he got it. So I was just happy it worked out. But I mean, after that, I think we're all good. Yeah.
Everyone mentioned he had a tough week, dinged up, didn't get the carries that he wanted. How did you see him sort of handle himself throughout the week and put up the performance that he had, especially in the second?
I think he shows up every day and works hard. And you see him in the training room especially, trying to get his body right, trying to recover. And, there's definitely a soreness, from fall camp and all the reps you take, kind of the workload. I think guys are kind of getting used to it now. I thought he did a really good job of just making sure his body was ready for the game and that he was feeling good once kickoff happened. And today, just kind of having the energy on the sideline, like, all right, we got to go, we got to play our game, do our jobs. Especially in the second half, I thought he did a good job stepping up, kind of taking that leadership role. And just kind of making sure the offense was on the same page, ready to roll. But it's just exciting to see him do it successful and kind of getting where we need to be.
I think it's tough for this new offense to kind of strike a balance with carry the ball a million times in the last offense, but there's more playmakers. I mean, I know that's not your position, but just blocking for me, from what you've seen, is it a challenge? I think to try to get that kind of ball. And
I think a little bit, just because we have a lot of good players on offense, and the key to winning is getting the ball in those players' hands. And now compared to the run game, we got a lot more passing options now that I think allow us to be successful. So it takes the ball out of Braylon's hands, but at the same time, I think it's a good thing where we don't need you to carry the ball 25 carries a game and get banged up by week 7, and you feel like you can't do what you did in week 1. So I think it's kind of good to not have him take such a huge workload, but it still allows him to be successful, be explosive, and if we can just do that consistently throughout the game, we'll be in a really good spot.
Where do you think you guys are as an offense heading into Big Ten season?
I think we're in a good spot where it just comes down to we just got to consistently execute. And I think, in the first half, we will watch some of the run plays. It's just a small thing. Someone makes a small mistake, runs the wrong route, misses a block, and you're that close to having a huge play. But since you missed that block, it's a 2-yard gain. And I think in the second half, it really showed. Everyone started to execute, finish. And I think that's kind of what we need to do in the first half. I really feel like we're really solid in the second half. And that's what's exciting because, if games come down to it, I have the utmost confidence we'll win if it's close in the end. But we just got to make sure we don't put ourselves behind early and put ourselves in a bad position where, we're giving them the advantage coming out of the half.
Tanner, it seems